And so the legend of Atlantis was born, enduring through the ages and sparking endless curiosity and debate. Plato's Atlantis was more than just a powerful empire, it was a utopia, a society that had achieved a level of advancement far beyond anything known in his own time. This legendary civilization was said to be located beyond the Pillars of Hercules in the vast Atlantic Ocean. The Atlanteans were not only technologically advanced but also culturally rich, embodying the pinnacle of human achievement in various fields. He describes a land of abundance, where the people enjoyed a high standard of living. The Atlanteans had access to resources that seemed almost limitless, allowing them to build a society where poverty and want were virtually unknown. Their wealth was not just in material goods, but also in the richness of their culture and the happiness of their people. Fresh water flowed in abundance from natural springs, and the soil yielded an array of fruits and vegetables. The land was so fertile that it could support a large population with ease, providing not just the necessities of life, but also luxuries that made everyday living a pleasure. The Atlanteans were skilled in agriculture, using advanced techniques to maximize their yields and ensure the sustainability of their resources. The Atlanteans were masters of architecture and engineering. They built structures that were not only functional but also aesthetically pleasing, blending form and function in ways that were ahead of their time. Their buildings stood as a testament to their ingenuity and their ability to harness natural resources for the benefit of their society. Their cities were marvels of urban planning, with intricate canal systems, grand temples, and public buildings adorned with precious metals. These canals were not just for transportation, but also served as a means of irrigation, ensuring that the land remained fertile and productive. The grand temples were centers of worship and community, reflecting the spiritual and social values of the Atlanteans. They possessed advanced knowledge of metallurgy, working with a mysterious metal called orichalcum, said to be even more precious than gold. This metal was used in various applications, from the construction of buildings to the creation of intricate artworks showcasing the Atlanteans' skill and creativity. The exact nature of orichalcum remains a mystery, adding to the allure and enigma of Atlantis. Their society was highly structured and governed by a code of law given to them by Poseidon himself. This divine law ensured that justice and order were maintained, allowing the Atlanteans to live in harmony and prosperity. The laws were not just rules, but guiding principles that shaped the moral and ethical framework of their society. Education and wisdom were highly valued, and the Atlanteans were renowned for their philosophical and scientific knowledge. They established institutions of learning where scholars could pursue knowledge in various fields, from astronomy to medicine. This emphasis on education ensured that each generation was more enlightened and capable than the last. They lived in harmony with nature, respecting the balance of the elements and the power of the divine. The Atlanteans understood that their prosperity depended on maintaining this balance, and they took great care to ensure that their actions did not disrupt the natural world. This respect for nature was reflected in their art, their architecture, and their daily lives. However, beneath the surface of this idyllic society, seeds of corruption were sown. As time went on, the values that had once guided the Atlanteans began to erode, and the pursuit of power and wealth started to overshadow their commitment to justice and harmony. This shift in values marked the beginning of their decline. As the Atlanteans grew in power and wealth, they became consumed by ambition and greed. Their desire for more led them to make decisions that were detrimental to their society and the environment. The once harmonious relationship with nature began to break down, and the social fabric of Atlantis started to unravel. Their rulers, once wise and benevolent, succumbed to the temptations of absolute power. They began to rule with an iron fist, prioritizing their own interests over the well-being of their people. This abuse of power led to widespread discontent and unrest, further accelerating the decline of Atlantis. The story of Atlantis, therefore, is not just a tale of a lost civilization, but also a cautionary reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the cyclical nature of rise and fall. It serves as a timeless lesson that even the most advanced and prosperous societies are vulnerable to the corrupting influence of power and greed. The legacy of Atlantis continues to captivate our imagination, reminding us of the delicate balance between progress and hubris. Plato's account of the fall of Atlantis is both dramatic and cautionary. It serves as a timeless tale, a myth that has intrigued and warned generations about the perils of hubris and moral decay. He describes a moral decline, a gradual erosion of the values that had once made Atlantis great. The once proud civilization began to crumble from within as the very foundations of their society started to erode. The Atlanteans, blinded by their prosperity, forgot the source of their good fortune. They became complacent, believing that their wealth and power were eternal and unassailable. They became consumed by material wealth and the pursuit of power, neglecting the spiritual and intellectual pursuits that had once defined their civilization. The arts, philosophy, and sciences that had flourished were now overshadowed by greed and ambition. This moral decay manifested in their actions. The Atlanteans, once known for their wisdom and fairness, began to act with increasing aggression and ruthlessness. They embarked on wars of conquest, seeking to expand their empire and subjugate neighboring peoples. Their insatiable desire for dominance led them to wage wars that drained their resources and moral integrity. Their greed knew no bounds, and they exploited the resources of their land and the labor of others. The once fertile lands were overworked, and the people, once free and prosperous, were now oppressed and overburdened. In their arrogance, they believed themselves to be invincible, above the laws of nature and the judgment of the gods. This hubris blinded them to the growing signs of their impending doom. Plato's narrative suggests that it was this hubris, this defiance of the natural order, that ultimately led to Atlantis' downfall. They ignored the delicate balance that had once sustained their civilization. The gods, angered by the Atlanteans' transgressions, decided to make an example of them. They could no longer tolerate the arrogance and moral decay that had taken root in Atlantis. A series of earthquakes and floods of unimaginable scale and ferocity struck the island nation. The ground shook violently and the seas rose with a vengeance, as if nature itself was reclaiming what had been taken. In a single day and night of devastation, Atlantis was wiped off the face of the earth, swallowed by the sea. The once great civilization, with all its splendor and might, vanished without a trace. The once great civilization was no more, leaving behind only legends and a chilling warning about the impermanence of power and the consequences of unchecked ambition. The story of Atlantis endures as a powerful reminder that no empire, no matter how mighty, is immune to the forces of nature and the consequences of its own actions. Since Plato first described Atlantis, a tale of a powerful and advanced civilization that vanished beneath the waves, the search for its location has become one of history's most enduring mysteries. This quest has captivated the minds of countless individuals over the centuries. Scholars, explorers, and enthusiasts have put forth numerous theories, each more intriguing than the last, each attempting to pinpoint the exact whereabouts of this legendary civilization. Theories range from the plausible to the fantastical, reflecting the diverse imaginations of those who ponder Atlantis. Some believe that Atlantis lies submerged beneath the Atlantic Ocean, as Plato's writings suggest. They envision a once thriving metropolis now hidden beneath the waves, waiting to be discovered. They point to geological formations such as the Azores and the Canary Islands as possible remnants of the sunken continent. These islands, with their mysterious landscapes, fuel the imagination of those who dream of uncovering Atlantis. Others argue for a Mediterranean location, suggesting that the true Atlantis might be closer to home than we think. Citing archaeological evidence of advanced civilizations such as the Minoans on Crete, who were devastated by volcanic eruptions and earthquakes, they propose that these ancient disasters could have inspired Plato's tale. The Minoan civilization, with its sophisticated infrastructure, art, and seafaring capabilities, presents a compelling case. Their advanced society bears striking similarities to Plato's description of Atlantis. The art and architecture of the Minoans, with their intricate designs and advanced engineering, echo the grandeur of the fabled Atlantis. Still, others have ventured further afield, driven by the allure of the unknown and the promise of discovery. Proposing locations in the Caribbean, Antarctica, or even off the coast of India, These theories often challenge conventional thinking. These theories often draw upon ancient maps, geological anomalies, or similarities in myths and legends across cultures. They weave a tapestry of evidence that spans continents and epochs. However, despite centuries of searching and numerous expeditions, the elusive city remains hidden. No definitive proof of Atlantis' existence has ever been found. The ocean depths and remote landscapes have yet to yield the secrets of this ancient enigma. The lack of concrete evidence has led many to dismiss Atlantis as a product of Plato's imagination, a fictional allegory designed to illustrate philosophical points. Some scholars argue that Plato's story was never meant to be taken literally, but rather as a moral lesson on the hubris of civilizations. Yet the enduring allure of Atlantis, the tantalizing possibility that such a place could have existed, continues to captivate the human spirit. The idea of a lost continent, a utopian society that met a tragic end, resonates deeply with our collective imagination. This enduring fascination fuels speculation and inspires further exploration. The quest for Atlantis is more than a search for a lost city. It is a journey into the depths of human curiosity and the mysteries of our past.